Hello, welcome to At the Mama That Does It All. Today I want to welcome you and I want to talk to you guys about my eczema. So eczema, this is a crazy topic because it is something that I am still battling with, but had a very, very difficult time with just a couple years back. So I want to share with you guys what my journey with eczema has been, how it affected my life, how it affected my family in general and friends. So let's get into it. Okay, eczema is inflammation and irritation of the skin. There's also atopic dermatitis, which is developed with eczema, and basically that is, again, those patchy inflamed areas throughout the body. Mine in particular is my face. So that in itself is already a big challenge because you cannot control it the way that you think you might be able to just put something on or cover it up with makeup. It doesn't work that way, at least not with mine. And again, all of this that I'm going to explain to you guys today is based on my own personal experience. I'm not a medic or a doctor or specialist. I'm just sharing my story. Also, I have contact dermatitis. So not only do I have atopic dermatitis, which seems to be something where there's a disorder in the autoimmune system, but also contact dermatitis, which means when you come in contact with certain products, chemicals, etc., you get a reaction from it. So I have both of those. And when I first was diagnosed with this, it was kind of tricky because I was pregnant with my third child. He is a boy. And prior to that, I had 2 other pregnancies that were both girls. And I didn't have any issues with my skin during the pregnancy with my girls. Yes, I had, the nausea and the, all that other good stuff. Morning sickness, more like all-day sickness for me. But with my boys, it was like something was not sitting right in my system. So everyone, old wives' tales maybe, I am Hispanic, so many of the women that know my mom and other family members were like, oh my God, it's because she's carrying a boy. That's the reason. Her body is not sitting well with that. But as soon as she's done having the baby, it's gonna go away. It's not a problem. However, it was interfering with my work. I worked for L'Oreal, under the L'Oreal umbrella. I worked for a professional hair care company. And I did a lot of traveling to shows and did classes and things like that. So I was fully submerged into this beauty industry. And me having anything going on with my skin was very uncomfortable. I'd be at shows, not only am I huge, pregnant and working at these shows and not able to look the part that we're kind of, without being said, expected to look. And on top of that, now I have this flare-up that's going on in my face. My upper lip, bright red all the time. And when I say bright red, I mean like someone that just got their upper lip waxed and they had a reaction to it, like they burned your skin. That's how bad and how red it was. People coming up to me all the time, oh my God, did you just get your upper lip waxed? Oh my God, oh, you look great. What's going on with your upper lip? Oh, your hair is so nice, but wait, what's going on with your face? I had no answers. I had no idea what was going on with me. So I'd be like full-blown depressed. And so I'd be driving home calling my husband, like crying, like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can go to work. Everyone is so like judgmental. So, see, it's getting me teary-eyed. So, I started going to my OB and explaining to him what was going on with me and how I felt. I felt like depressed, but I didn't want to say that I felt depressed because of fear that they would think like something's wrong with me. And people would say like, oh my God, it's because you're being so vain, no one cares about that. But it has a lot to do with the way people treat you. And so they sent me to get some different lab work and things like that. And I went to see an allergist and they did, you know, the test where they prick you with all different kinds of things, and where they check to see with a biopsy. They did a biopsy on me because my skin was out of control, and they determined that yes, I had allergies and I had reactions to, you know, specific dyes and hair color. And because I was in the beauty industry, you know, you must be in contact with all that stuff, which I was in contact, but the stuff was closed. It's only when I would do a class was I actually using stuff, but on a day-to-day basis, everything was packaged. I started to use the free and clear. I changed all my laundry detergent stuff to free and clear, which also was a pain because I like my clothes to smell really good, like lavender or whatever, you know, detergent I would buy, and now it couldn't be that because it had to have no fragrance. I couldn't use the perfumes that I used anymore. I had to stop using perfumes. I had contact dermatitis, or allergic reaction to certain metals. So earrings were a pain. I could not wear earrings because I would break out. Necklaces would leave my neck all red and marked up. I also had to make sure that I changed my makeup. So they gave me a list of what makeup I could use. So I went to someone else and he was like, oh, this is so easy. You just need a steroid cream. Oh, okay, well, give it to me because I'm ready for it. Oh, but you're pregnant. And this is not something that we recommend to someone that's expecting or nursing. Okay, so now I felt like, okay, so as soon as I have my baby, I'm going to be able to take this, put this steroid ointment or cream on, and problem solved. Not so easy. During the pregnancy, it continued to get worse. Next thing you know, from the stress of how my skin was, I was stressing out. I couldn't go to work. I was calling in all the time. I was doing the majority of my work from home, so I didn't have to travel and see people. And they ended up putting me on bed rest because my blood pressure was through the roof. I developed preeclampsia, and so I was laying on the couch on the recliner doing my work, and, you know, just trying to get by until I got closer to my pregnancy date. I had tons of ER visits where I could not control the itchiness, the redness. My skin was weeping. I had areas around my lip, on the corner here, around my eye. Look at me all this time talking when I got teary-eyed. My eye got all crazy with my mascara. Sorry, guys. So, I had ER visits because my skin was weeping, and I had all these cuts, and it was crusty, and it was like, you know, when you cut your finger and it tries to heal and that little like liquid comes out, it's like clear. Well, it was like all crusting up, and it was like yellowish. It was just not a pretty sight. When I walked into the ER, one of the first times with my mom, I swear to you, the receptionist looked at me and she was like, oh my God, can you breathe? There was people waiting. She's like, don't sit down. I'm going to get you in right away. She literally ushered me in directly to a room. And then once they saw me and they saw that, you know, it seems like, did you eat anything? Did you drink anything? No, I didn't. I've been dealing with this. Oh my goodness, you've been dealing with this all this time? Yes. Okay, well, we can't really do much, but steroid shots are not really recommended when you're expecting, but the way you look right now, we need to do it. So they gave me a steroid shot. And I felt really guilty that I had to go to the ER and that I had to get a steroid shot while I was pregnant. And I just felt like, you know, kind of like I'm being a bad mom because I'm not just sucking it up. But it was really difficult for me. I couldn't sleep, aside from being, you know, big and uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep because I was constantly itching and scratching. Then all of a sudden my entire back just got covered in all these little red bumps. It looked like I had chicken pox, but it was, again, my wonderful eczema. Dealing with all this while being pregnant was really tough for me. After I had my baby and after I was done nursing, I went back to that allergist guy and I was like, hey, listen, I'm ready for whatever steroids you're gonna give me. So he gave me, he ended up giving me actually 2. And I'm gonna show you guys, I have like my little collection here of things, and this isn't even the half of it. I've thrown a lot of stuff away, but I have saved a lot of them because last time my insurance was like, oh, they were declining a medication because they thought I had not used enough steroid creams and enough of other treatments in order for them to approve this new medication. So I want to show them, hey, listen, I've been there and I've done that. So this is a clometazone dipropionate. This helps with like inflammation and redness, and all of these are topical steroids. So the majority of them are to help with irritation, inflammation, redness, pain, and itchiness, etc. So I have that. I have mometasone, and some of these ointments are actually like this one, fluosinide. This was for infection, because when I said that my skin was weeping and cut up, it was infected. This is another one for infection, mupirocin ointment. Here's desinide cream. This one is supposed to be, I guess, the way it was explained to me, like the lighter, not as strong or potent as the triamcinolone. So triamcinolone, let me talk to you about that. The doctor, I went to go see this specialist during my 4th pregnancy. So all this time I had my 3rd baby, my boy, and I had my son, and I was still dealing with all the eczema stuff, and I was still using all these creams and ointments to try to manage it. I was on, what do you call that? Now I'm drawing a blank. I will put it in the description. I was on an oral steroid, and it was kind of helping me for like 2 or 3 days, and then it was like back with a vengeance, like super red and inflamed. So this ointment that they gave me, that I was telling you the doctor gave me, he gave me a tub of it. It was literally like this big, and he said, this is an ointment. It's not the cream version like this. It's an ointment, so it looks like Vaseline. It's clear like Vaseline. So you're gonna lather it on, he said. Words, this is what he said. Lather it all, your whole body. Take your shower, whatever, put it all on, all like greasy like, because if you can think of the consistency of Vaseline, and then go to bed and put it all over your face. Now you tell me the side effects of these ointments and steroids and creams are not good at all. They thin out your skin. And I have babies, you know, little kids that want to come hug me goodnight, that want me to sit with them, that, Mom, can I give you a kiss? Mom, can I hug you? No, don't come too close to me, because I've got this stuff on my face and I don't want you to get it. Oh, okay, Mom. You know, hey, Mom, come here, come sit with me. Okay, let me sit with you. Let me lean on you. No, don't lean on me, because I have this stuff on me. It's really tough to have to do that, to protect your kids from any side effects. And call me crazy, maybe I'm an exaggerator, maybe I worry too much, but I take my kids' health very seriously, and I will not do anything that's going to compromise that. So those are just examples of how deteriorating to your person, mentally, emotionally, physically, and socially, that you're affected with eczema. So later on, I was giving the triamcinolone cream. Now these tell you, like, keep away from the eyes and keep away from the mouth. Yet I have atopic dermatitis on my face, and the areas are around my mouth and around my eyes. So where was I putting this? In those areas. I could put it here on the sides where it would crack. I looked like Joker. It was like cutting through on the sides of my mouth, and I could feel the medication seeping in. I'm sure I swallowed some of this stuff. So they shouldn't be a permanent fix, and I'm so happy that there's people out there that are working hard to find better solutions, more natural solutions for eczema. Here's some more of the desinide. This was the first one I showed you. Here's some more tubes of desinide. Another infection one of the mupirocin. Another infection one of the mupirocin. And I got this Lancome Benefit Multivital Daily Replenishing Oil. I don't know if you can see that. This little oil is all gone. This was something I was using on my face to like hydrate it, because it would get so, it was either red, itchy, irritated, and weeping, or it was the complete opposite where I felt like snake skin, like you would touch it and it felt like rubbery, like it didn't even feel like normal skin. And that was after the use of all these steroids. It was feeling like not pliable, like it just felt really, really rough. And then it would start shedding. It would just like, I was like a snake shedding skin. It was just like coming off of me. I couldn't go like this because it would be literally all under my nails. How disgusting is that? It's true though, true story. I'm being straight honest with you guys. I'm not, you know, hiding anything, because I really want to tell it how it is and how it affected me. I also have, you know, my mom was really, really severely, you know, hurting and concerned just as much as I would be if it was my child. And so she was constantly researching online and trying to find things that could help me. So she got me this, she went to Mexico and she got me this avocado oil. See? This avocado oil that's 100% pure avocado, and to see if this would help hydrate my skin. It really, at that point, I was so far gone that it really didn't do too much for me, which is why I still have so much of it here. She also bought me this other oil. This is neem oil. So I don't know if you know this, but this is a tree in India. It has these the neem tree, and these leaves that help to like cleanse the blood and purify. And so she gave me this oil, which I have used some of it. It's like down to halfway, and this did help to hydrate it, but it didn't necessarily make it go away. So this one is not the exact one that she gave me because I used it all up, but my mother-in-law had these sent to me. This is called Tepescoite. Okay, so Tepescoite, it says, it's in Spanish, so I'm going to translate it. It says it helps with deficiencies or alterations in the normal functioning of the skin. So it's for all types of skin. It helps with spots on the skin. These are any lines that like you get, like, you know, facial lines that you might get, dryness of the skin, any burns on the skin, any scars on the skin. So you're supposed to, you know, put this on, you know, wash your face, put this on. Also comes from a tree, the Tepescoite tree. It's 100% pure, and it smells like petroleum. Like, it's just a weird smell, like charcoal. I don't know. It doesn't have a pleasant smell, but it does help. And this one is kind of brown. Vaseline was one of the things I used literally every day also. You know, I'd carry Vaseline in my purse, and if I was going to go out of the car for whatever reason, I'd lather on some Vaseline, pat it down so it wouldn't be so shiny, and use that as my lotion. This is another one from Mexico. This is the same Tepescoite as this, but this one's been mixed with vitamin E, lanolin, and also has SPF 15 in it. This one here doesn't smell bad, but it does have fragrance to it, so I have to be cautious with this because sometimes the fragrance can be too much and it irritates my skin. I have another Tepescoite here. This one is dark. This one smells more like Bengay. You know, it smells like a little Vixie, and it's also like a Vaseline base. So this one works well with me. I like it because it doesn't smell like the other one does. Then my mom brought me this one. It's called Biancavit, and this one is also from Mexico. This one is white here, and it says here that it has zinc oxide, lanolin, glycerin, some other things. It helps with itchiness is the main thing that this one helps with. So this one I also would use sometimes because the itchiness would get crazy. I would also get the eczema here in the creases of my arm, Seeing this dermatologist that was supposed to be the high top specialist in dermatitis and eczema and skin conditions. I went to go see him. He was treating me. He was giving me the triamcinolone. He was giving me all these same steroid creams. He would take me off of them, put me back on. Eventually, he just stopped seeing me. Like, he would put a resident to come in and see me, and then when that resident was stumped, he'd put another one in. And he was no longer like in contact with me. And I was really upset about that because I thought, you know, he's supposed to be helping me, and he's just got me on a cycle of the same old creams and ointments that I've been on, and they haven't made it go away or really made a difference in my skin. On the contrary, all of this here was so thinned out and so wrinkly and swollen, and it was just really bad. Had a doctor that I went to go see because I was so upset. I'm like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm gonna go see someone else. And do you know what this doctor said to me? It'll always stick with me forever. He said to me, when he saw me, he said, your pregnancy is causing this. And then he said, you can never have another baby ever again. Because if you have one more pregnancy, you're gonna die. And I felt like this big when I left there. My self-esteem, everything was just like, wow, like, so that's how bad this is. And now I use Vani cream. I also highly recommend the Cerave eczema relief soothing products that they have. They have a body wash and a lotion. It's like a soothing creamy oil body wash that's fantastic. I also, like I said, use Vani cream, and I use the Vaniply soap bar sometimes too. I alternate between those. I also use coconut oil. This is a new one, but the organic coconut oil, I use this occasionally, but you have to be careful because if you put this on, like for me, that's on my face, I forget I put it on, I go outside, it will burn, like you will get darker in certain areas wherever you put this, so be cautious of that. And now I've discovered Lemica, which sent me these samples, quite a bit of them, so I've still been using them. This one I haven't even opened. It's a calming cream, but I do have one in a tube that I've been using. This one's a customized one, and Lemica I found here on Instagram, and it's really been good for me. It's very hydrating, very moisturizing, and I'm very happy that I got a chance to try it, and I'm going to be ordering like the regular sized products from them. I think because there's so much more to this. This is like, I'll have to do like a part 2 and a part 3 really with everything and how it affects people. Now, as you can see, I don't have that many things going on with my face. Occasionally, like I don't know if you can see, but like here is where I usually get like this swollen little part here in the corner of my eye, and I get that irritation here and here, and my upper lip where it looks like it slightly has different pigmentation there. I think it's from all the stuff. Like I said, I had the biopsy here, and you can see these spots here. And I had another biopsy over here. Now I am on Dupixent. Thank goodness. My girls saw a commercial for it, and I fought hard with the dermatologist, going visit after visit, pleading to get Dupixent. I've been on Dupixent, and it's been a world of a difference. It allows me to live my life. It allows me to feel confident, and it allows me to be an active participant in my children's life, in my family's gatherings, and I can get back to being the old me because eczema really robbed me of a lot. So I hope that this video helped you guys. If you haven't, if you have eczema and you haven't found the support that you're looking for, please visit the National Eczema Organization. They're on Instagram, they're online, and that if you're living with eczema and you're dealing with all of the judgment, you know, that people put on you, they're judging you how you look, or why does your face look like that, or they think you have some kind of contagious disease. You know, I totally feel your pain. If it's your child that has it, my heart breaks because I was a full-grown adult and I couldn't deal with it. So I cannot imagine a child having to go through this and not being able to scratch and all of that stuff. And I want you to know that you're not alone. And if you need to reach out to me, feel free to email me or DM me. Feel free to comment below in this video. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for your time. This was a long one, but how can you bottle up your experience with something like this in 5 or 10 minutes? It's just not possible. But thank you so much. I hope you found something worthwhile here. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.